wanted man ends in a fatal officer-involved shooting just behind me at the Children's Health parking garage. Details coming up.
Also, traffic snarled for hours after a fiery wreck on Highway 80. We'll show you the cleanup and get a traffic update here in just a few minutes. But first, we start with a developing story out of Michigan today. We've got a live look at the scene in West Bloomfield, where a suspect is dead after the sheriff says he rammed his truck into a synagogue. Sorry, we don't have that live picture for you after all. It happened just outside Detroit today. Authorities say a man armed with a rifle crashed a car into Temple Israel, the nation's largest Reform synagogue. The car went through the building and down a hallway before it caught fire. Security guards exchanged gunfire with the suspect, and he was found dead inside the car. Officials say it's still unclear exactly how he died. You can see smoke billowing from parts of that building, though, earlier today. One security guard had to be taken to the hospital when it was over with, but is expected to survive. The FBI is now helping in this investigation, and we will bring you more updates on this as we get more information. Dallas police are launching an investigation after officers shot and killed a suspect in the Dallas Children's Health Hospital parking garage. Brittany Moncrief is walking us through what we know so far on that one.
Well, everything appears to be back to normal here outside Children's Health, but it was a much different scene Wednesday night and early this morning after an officer-involved shooting just behind me inside the parking garage. Dallas police say Wednesday, around 11 p.m., their fugitive unit was conducting surveillance on a wanted man. They followed him to this Children's Health parking garage where the suspect barricaded himself. Police say they used tear gas to try and get the man out of the vehicle. They tell us the man got out of the vehicle pointing a gun towards officers. That's when police shot him. No officers were injured.
At that time, we had the Dallas SWAT doctor rendered aid. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
DPD will not identify the suspect until the next of kin is notified. However, WFAA sources say he worked as an armed security guard. In a statement from Children's Health, they say the incident did not involve any patients or team members. They also say their Dallas campus was on lockout to ensure everyone's safety. Now, this is an ongoing investigation. DPD tells us that they will hold a press conference in the coming days where they'll be releasing the body cam footage. At the Medical District, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Dallas civic leaders joined forces today to rally support for Dallas ISD's proposed $6 billion bond package. Among them, School Board President Joe Carrion, the Perot Museum, and City Council members. Supporters of that bond say it would modernize campuses and rebuild dozens of schools across Dallas ISD. There also are safety and technology upgrades included. The bond package is on the May 2nd ballot. Early voting for that starts next month. All right, let's pause here and take a look outside this afternoon because the camera just doesn't even do it justice, Jesse.
Things are greening up. You notice that on your drive in?
And it's like that perfect temperature and there's sunshine and can we just copy it and paste it?
We could.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, we do have the technology for that. I wish we could. That would be awesome.
It really, I know you like hot weather, but this to me is like just ideal.
Well, the next few days get warmer, but then a big cold front's coming Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to start with that. Actually.
And how cold?
We may have a freeze in parts of North Texas.
Really? Again?
I saw that face light up, and I bet some of you did the same thing. And
all right.
That's exactly why we have this. Sunday night into Monday morning, we have a WFAA weather alert. Now, it's not dangerous cold, but it is something to pay attention to. A lot of you have gotten the gardens going already, and we have a strong cold front on the way. Winds will be gusting 25 to 35. There could be a light freeze for parts of North Texas. Wind chills Monday morning down into the 20s. Stay updated. Make sure you have some warm clothes ready. You might have gotten rid of those. Remember how warm February has been, or what was, and March has been so far? Make sure you have WFAA Plus on your TV. It's not bad now. It's cool. 59 degrees in Fort Worth. Cedar Hill's at 62 degrees. We have clear skies across the area. Tonight, a cool night. Temps in the mid-40s. That's right around where we expect to be this time of the year. The strong cold front arrives for the weekend. I'll have your full weekend forecast and show you those temperatures coming up.
All right, Jesse, thank you for that. We'll check in soon. Traffic is moving again along Highway 80 in Kaufman County now after a fiery multi-vehicle crash shut down some of the lanes there for hours today. Just before 8 o'clock this morning, emergency crews responded to a crash on the service road near Townsend Road. You can see what was left over there. It involved multiple vehicles, including a semi that caught fire. Really terrible crash scene. No word on injuries in this yet. The eastbound lanes of Highway 80 were shut down for a while, too. They reopened around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Speaking of all of that, let's check in and see how our roads are looking right now. Any trouble spots, Stacia?
So here's a live look at your map. You can see quite a bit of red on it. As far as the situation on Highway 80, I had a camera. I don't have that camera available right now, but I'm going to get it for you here next time I check in with you. What I can tell you is they still have one lane blocked on the eastbound side of 80. Another problem that we're watching, this is right along, you see I-30 in Rockwall County, traffic that's heading toward Fate. You do have an accident just after you've passed over Texas 205, heading toward Fate on the eastbound side of I-30, watching a little bit of a backup there. Not the only problem we're seeing across the Metroplex. We also have slow-moving traffic along US 175. So now we're going down to the south, I would say south into the east, or west rather, and you've got 175 westbound traffic slow moving as it's heading toward I-45. So we are south of downtown Dallas. I-45 and US 175, very busy intersection. So this is affecting traffic that's heading toward that intersection. Only one lane of traffic currently getting through that area right now. That's what we're seeing as far as collisions. This one situation, 175 westbound at Lake June and I-30 eastbound just before you reach Fate and Rockwall County. Everything else is looking pretty good. Just your typical 4 p.m. rush hour traffic. Jason?
All right, Stacia, thank you for that. Let's take a live look at Capitol Hill at this hour now, where Congress is still at odds over a partial government shutdown. Yesterday, Senate Republicans blocked an effort by Democrats to fund every Homeland Security department except for ICE and Customs and Border Patrol, saying that those undermine law enforcement. Okay, so since that was rejected by Republicans, though, yesterday, this stalemate continues, which means no help for travelers right now. Spring break is almost here, but long lines at airports are already causing big headaches all across the country. Some TSA agents haven't been showing up to work, causing those security checkpoint lines that snake all the way through the airport in some cases. TSA workers are going without pay for the second time in 6 months.
I have 3 kids, a wife, a pet who depend on me to go to work, and they depend on me to feed them, to take care of them, etc. And this is a very difficult conversation to have, with the kids.
A small win for travelers, though. Global entry is back now at airports after being suspended last month in all of this. All right, do you really know what is in your food? Maybe not. A new investigation from the Environmental Working Group found more than 100 substances have been added to food, drinks, and supplements without FDA approval. Critics call it the GRAS loophole, short for generally recognized as safe. It allows some food ingredients to be added without a full review by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
It allowed all of these companies to self-affirm, that's what they call it. It means you can add any ingredient to American food, and you don't have to show any studies.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who you just heard there, says he wants stricter rules so that new ingredients will go through a clearer FDA review process.